Yeah, and this one emerging from Tamil Nadu, which is a state which goes to polls next year. Actor politician Vijay held his party TVK and its second statewide conference in Madurai today. A sea of supporters welcomed him for a rally, and he made his intentions for 2026 very clear. He called the upcoming polls in Tamil Nadu a direct contest between the DMK, which is the ruling party, and the TVK, which is his party. He's dismissed the BJP-ADMK alliance altogether. He's also ruled out the possibility of allying with any party, whether it's the DMK-led alliance or the BJP-ADMK-led alliance ahead of next year's elections. He has said he's not going to ally with either of these two fronts. He does have, and it's evident from the pictures, it's evident from the rally that happened in Madurai today. He has a couple of things going for him. One, an ability to pull crowds. By some estimates, there were up to 5 lakh people today in Madurai. Even if that's an exaggeration, pulling this kind of crowds, this kind of pictures in modern politics is a bit of a statement, one would say, as to an ability of a politician to pull crowds. 2, pretty powerful oratory, which always is a handy skill for any politician, but ever more so in a state like Tamil Nadu, where powerful oratorical politicians like Karunanidhi and MGR have ruled the roost for a number of years. So that does seem to be the two things going for him. But he doesn't have organizational backup. He's a political novice. This is the first time he will be contesting elections. And of course, in what is a deeply divided polity between these two major fronts, how can he create a third front or a third totem pole, as it were, in Tamil Nadu politics? But let's listen in to what he had to say first.
A lion is always a lion. There are so many jackals and other animals in the forest, but there will be only one lion. And even if it is single, it will be the king of jungle.
Now, here's why Vijay is being seen as a key factor, an unknown factor up until now. He's never contested elections. This is his first plunge into politics as well. So he's an unknown entity. In case Vijay goes solo, as he has said today, he could take away not just the DMK votes, he could also take away the anti-DMK votes. But generally, a third party is perceived as anti-incumbent. So in this case, even if he does take away some DMK votes, it could tend to hurt the NDA or the BJP-ADMK coalition more, because those are votes that would have gone to their coalition had it been a 2-horse race as opposed to a 3. It will also challenge the bipolarity of Tamil Nadu politics, which has been the case since the 1970s or so. It's DMK-ADMK, DMK-ADMK. This duopoly will be broken if Vijay were to make serious inroads next year. It could also lay the groundwork for future electoral success. He may not be successful in his first stint in 2026, but he could establish himself as a serious player going forward, depending on his ability to build a strong cadre-based organizational network. And furthermore, he's got a mix of politics which sort of takes the best of Tamil nationalism on the one side, secularism on the other. There's also the anti-corruption rhetoric, which will attract voters who are disillusioned by both DMK and ADMK fronts. He's got no political baggage. He may emerge as a kingmaker in case there is a hung assembly next year in Tamil Nadu. I want to go across to political analyst Sumansi Raman, who's now joining us. This is the second Maanadu, as it's known. The first one he had was somewhere in the northern part of the state, this one in Madurai. What do you make of the two things that I mentioned at the top? One, the crowds, immense crowds, even today, and the one that happened a few months ago. Pretty loyal crowds, I would imagine, because he's got a loyal fan following, a fan base. And two, what surprised me was also his ability to communicate in a way that common people understand and common people resonate with.
Well, Zaka, two things. The first point that I wanted to make was there was never any doubt about him having the ability to draw crowds. Movie stars in Tamil Nadu tend to draw huge crowds. We've seen this earlier with Mr. Vijay also, and I remember, driving past one of his rallies, and there was a traffic jam which lasted for hours. So these movie stars, when they enter politics, there is a curiosity factor. Vijay is a big star. He's got a huge fan base, and so I'm not surprised that he was able to get crowds. Now, having said that, the second part I would like to challenge, that this speech was, this speech seemed to be straight out of a movie. It had all the rhetoric, very little substance, and we learned nothing new from what we already knew. from the previous Maanadu speech, which was held in Vikramandi, I don't think any of us understood anything new except for two factors. He wants the NEET exam to be abolished and he wants Kachativu to be retrieved, which are both ironically on the DMK's manifesto. So actually, while this fiery speech and so on may have appealed to his fans, I think, I was just looking at what another journalist in Tamil Nadu had said, and he said it was high on rhetoric but low on substance.
No, but
And
tell
that's
me, no,
the
one second.
feeling.
Look, if you were to ask about substantive politicians, whether it's in Tamil Nadu or anywhere, it would be hard to pick one. But here's the thing. What was appealing, I thought, was two things. One, I think he attacked both the DMK and the BJP almost equally vehemently. In fact, I thought the parts of his speech which got the maximum applause and so on was when he referred to Stalin as Uncle Stalin. He had a bunch of questions and some rhetoric around that, which I thought was very interesting. Two, the fact that he also took on the BJP and said, what about the position of Muslims, the question of secularism. Those are not areas that in this day and age, even mainstream national politicians want to touch upon. But he did, and pretty openly and pretty boldly, I thought.
Look, there are two things here. One is, what does he hope to achieve by pitting 2026 as a contest between the TVK and the DMK? So basically, what does he hope to achieve by having a cutout of MGR, praising MGR effusively on the stage during his speech? What does he hope to achieve by that? So he is sending a clear signal. He says, I want the ADMK and the anti-DMK vote. So essentially, my reading of this is he has decided to become a vote cutter and help the DMK back to power. Maybe he believes that will weaken the AIDMK and the others, and maybe he will have a chance later. But as far as 2026 is concerned, and mind you, Zaka, he declared himself open for alliances under his leadership more than 6 months ago, 5-6 months ago. Not one party has signed up.
No, but
Why?
today he said he's not going to ally with anyone. He said he's going solo.
No. My question is, he has already announced that he is open for alliances. Today, he did not explicitly rule out. He said he would not be aligning with these people. He did not say that he will not align with any political party. The point is, no political party has expressed a desire to align with him. And they are all in wait and watch mode to see where this, this wagon is actually going. So I'm not too sure about the conversion into votes. These are fans; they will vote. But beyond that, I'm not going to see. I'm not going to say.
The conventional wisdom is that obviously he will take away the anti-DMK votes. He will eat into the ADMK votes because clearly, the ADMK has been in a extended state of drift, if you will, after Jayalalitha's death. But to say that he won't take away some of the DMK votes, other than the hardcore cadre, but the floating voter who votes for the DMK, I think he will take away a substantial bit of that as well. So let's see. Let's see how it plays out. 2026 is not too far away.
1 second, Zaka. One quick point. Look, if he does take away, let's say 2 or 3% or even 4% of the DMK alliance's vote, if he can take away 5 or 6% of the AIDMK BJP combined vote, he's done his job. He's done his job. He's helped defeat the AIDMK BJP combined and helped the DMK back to power. So it doesn't mean that he will not take a single vote of the DMK. He will,
of course,
because the youth vote certainly he will take. But the point is, he will do more damage to the AIDMK BJP by contesting alone than he will to the DMK combined.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Thanks very much, Sumant, for joining us and explaining that to our viewers. We'll see. We'll keep an eye out on this story of TVK and Vijay and how much of an impact he has in 2026.